Ho ho ho! Hey guys, welcome back to Geek Power Toy Reviews. And today's date is the 1st of December 2023, which means it's officially the countdown to Christmas. Personally, my favourite time of the year. As you can see, I'm wearing my Wishing You a K9 Christmas jumper from Doctor Who. I've got my Santa hat on and I'm covered in tinsel. So, without further ado, before we get started with the first window of our advent calendar for this year, I've got to bring out my beautiful Christmas mug full of Christmas coffee. Which is full of sugar, which is really nice. And it can't be Christmas without a candy cane. Now, of course, this is a miniature one. Shrinkflation hasn't gone that crazy in the UK, thankfully. So, if I can get into it. Nice and sweet. Putting that back in the packaging for now. Let's get a closer look at the packaging of our LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for 2023. Here it is. On the outside of the packaging, we see a nice scene of the forest moon of Endor with all the different characters and builds interacting with one another. Some of them are having snowball fights, others are drinking coffee and cookies. Then we've got a couple characters on sleighs and speeder bikes. We've even got one of the Ewoks from the Forest Moon of Endor riding inside a little air glider. And then we've also got a couple other little micro builds of famous Star Wars vehicles and a couple other little models as well. On the back of the packaging, we see a wider range of the gifts that we'll find inside the Advent Calendar, and a couple more scenes of snowball fights, a couple starfighter dog fights. But bring it back around to the front of the box, we've got the LEGO logo and the Star Wars logo at the top here, the age recommendation for 6 years and up, the set number, which is 75366, and then of course the title, which is LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar. So let's bust it open and see what's behind door number 1. Luckily I've got my scissors with me so we can cut them open. Okay, I've cut all the pieces of sellotape, and as you can see on the back of the Advent Calendar, which has all the different dolls, which will have all the little Lego pieces and minifigures, we've got another scene of a bunch of the Star Wars minifigures surrounded by a fire to keep warm in the snow. Then we've got a display of a couple of trees on the Forest Moon of Endor, which are decorated with fairy lights or Christmas lights. And then we've even got in the background what looks to be a painting of the Ewok treehouse, pretty much. And then in the background we've got the Superstar Destroyer flying in the background, and then a miniature build of the Endor bunker. And then just on the bottom, which should be like your playmat, we've got more snowy terrain, a couple of rocky areas, and even some bushes and Christmas trees covered in snow and baubles, which is great. So putting that down here, I'll just move the Christmas cup of coffee to the side so it doesn't get in the way. Tastes like Christmas. Okay, so door number one. Right here, you can't quite see it, but there is door number one. Okay, that's interesting. So it looks like we've got Omega from Star Wars, The Clone Wars, The Bad Batch series. And it looks like Omega comes with a couple pieces to make the sleigh that we see Omega riding on the front of the packaging. So all we've got to do is pull the little poly bag out, and we'll just set that to the side there. And when I put the pieces out on the playmat and get rid of that bag there, the first bit's nice and easy, just building a Lego minifigure like we've all done many times before. So I've already put the torso and the legs together, the head, and now the hair piece. So where's my minifigure stand? Here, as you can see, is our Omega minifigure. I'll give you guys a proper close-up later on, but we'll just pop Omega down here. Now onto the sleigh. So it looks like we need to take the two bracket pieces side by side, and then the panel piece like so. Then we need to pop the 1x3 light reddish brown tiles on the sides of those brackets. Then for the next section we need a 2x3 white plate, sorry. We need to pop the 1x1 brackets on the end there. Then the kind of usually be a backrest, but this time it's being used as handles for the sleigh. Will go just in between those two brackets. And then the curved 2x2 light reddish brown plates will just attach on to those brackets there. And then lastly, all we have to do is pop the original assembly on top of the white tile, and then just like that we have our little sleigh for Omega. I'll give you guys a closer look. That's all the pieces included in the poly bag put together, and then we can take little Omega, pop them in the little studded area here, and then they can go sledding down the snowy hills on the forest moon of Endor, or the ice planet of Hoth. And with that all being said, that is everything from December 1st of our LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for 2023. But before we go, I'll give you an up-close look at the minifigure and sleigh. So here, as you can see, we've got the Omega minifigure, and it looks like I can't seem to get the focus on this one. There we go. So they're using the sand yellow colour for Omega's hairpiece, and it's the same hairpiece mould that they use for the Lego Harry Potter minifigure. And it's full of great moulded details all around. When we remove the hairpiece, we get a better look at the face print. So Omega has a nice little smile on their face. The headpiece is moulded in that kind of slightly medium dark nougat colour. And then on the back of the minifigure headpiece, Omega has a bit more of an angrier expression on their face. Once I pop the hairpiece back on, we can then take a closer look at the torso, which is moulded in the off-white Lego plastic. There's loads of great printing showing the continuation of the skin tone at the top of the minifigure torso, into the large collar, and then as we go further down we see a couple wrinkles in the fabric. There's a couple sand blue sections on the left and right of the torso, followed by a black belt with bright silver detailing. As we go to the back of the torso, we see a continuation of that collar at the top, the sand blue sections on the left and right hand side, a continuation of the black belt and the bright silver detailing. The arms are really nice. They're both moulded in that sand blue colour of plastic, and they have sidearm printing, the red shoulder section, and then the red cuff sections on the sleeves, and that's on both arms. And then the hands are moulded in the same medium nougat flesh colour as the head. And then when we go into the legs, they are the short variant of leg. They're completely moulded in black plastic, and there's zero printing on the front, on the sides, and on the back. Giving you a closer look at the sleigh. It's really nicely well put together. All the smaller pieces make quite a coherent and consistent design. I love how it's all nice and flat along the bottom and then slightly curves up, just like you'd see on most handmade sleds or sleighs. And then the use of the backrest is the handles, I think, is really great. And then the little panel piece that uses the backrest really works. So that's everything. I'll take you back to the overview and we'll get to the end of the video. Okay, and welcome back. So I hope you enjoyed our first day of our advent calendar with the LEGO Star Wars set. I really do like the Omega minifigure, they look really good. All the printed details are fantastic, not just on the front and back of the torso but the side of the arms as well. It's always great when we get sidearm printing. And then the printed details for the face are quite nice, there's good consistency, because we all know how inconsistent Lego can be sometimes. And then the sled's a really nice fun accessory. It fits in not just with a Star Wars advent calendar, but any Lego City Christmas display or winter village. Overall, I think this is a great start for December 1st, and I can't wait to see you guys next time for day 2 of our Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar series. Until then, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Tap the bell to get notifications about our next upload. And leave a comment about your favourite part of the video. Until then, hope you have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.